Welcome to Jazz Voices, where we're shining the light on great jazz vocalists from everywhere. And I haven't done an interview in a minute, but I am so glad to be here today with these wonderful, beautiful vocalists, um, Miss Sandra Rutledge and Brenda Brookshire. So welcome, 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 welcome.
Thank you.
Brenda
Thanks for
Fla-
Brenda. Oh, Brenda Flowers.
That's
Okay,
great.
that's your stage name. And sometimes I remember to say Flowers. Eddie's always there. So we always, so Brenda Flowers, Brookshire. We're Brenda Flowers. All right. First of all, we're doing this interview with all three of us because we're going to be performing at the Hidden Gem September 28th, and it's Ladies Sing Jazz. So we'll be singing all the music from the greats, Ella, Sarah, and Billy, and it's going to be a blast. We got a really swinging. Um, Pianist Keigo Hirakawa is going to be joining us, and the Eddie Brookshire will be joining us on the bass, and
Yeah.
Noah, yes, and Noah Ramirez. We're going to have him on the drums, and we might have a surprise horn player coming too. I don't want to blow it though. So let's get into the interview. Let me start off by introducing these ladies, these powerhouse vocalists that I have befriended, and they have graciously accepted me into the jazz community. We'll start with Brenda, and Brenda is a vocalist and a trombonist. She went to Central State University where she got her bachelor's in music education, and she got her master's from Wright State University, and that's in educational leadership. Um, she taught in the Dayton Public Schools for 32 and a half years. It's amazing. Anybody who can teach, that's amazing to me. But and she was also nominated for Teacher of the Year 5 times. She's performed in many of the festivals. Isn't that crazy? That's awesome, right? She's performed in many of the local festivals and performed with many notable musicians like Mulgrew Miller, Conrad Helwig, Don Brayton. But most notably, we have to say, is her husband, the Eddie Brookshire.
Yeah.
Just extraordinaire.
I love Eddie.
Yes, yes, yes. If you've seen live jazz in Dayton, Ohio, you've seen Eddie Brookshire play. Um, and Sandra, so many things I didn't know about you, and I'm excited to
Research.
go into this. Yes, uh, Sandra is a former member of the Dayton Opera Association, where she's performed Lucia, Marriage of Figaro, Pinafore, and La Boheme. Also, some off Broadway musical productions, including Sing Mahalia Sing and Where Were You in '65, and also The Beauty Shop. And she shared the stage with some greats, Ray Charles, uh, and Jeff Lorber, Chuck Loeb, Kim Waters, Peebo Bryson, just to name a few, and the Ohio players. Can't leave them out.
Yeah, my
Uh,
buddies.
yeah, she's the founder of Positive Images of Ohio, a youth leadership program that focuses on music therapy. And she's also a co author of Success Powered by Relationships, award winning book, by the way. And she's traveled the world, dazzling audiences with her 5 octave. I didn't know that. Her 5 octave range. Is that right?
Yeah,
She
that's a
sings
big
jazz.
hole.
Oh, so I want to thank you guys, though, seriously, for joining me. You have been in this business for a while, and I'm sure you have some lessons that you'd like to share with us, some stories that you'd like to share. So let's start off. by I'll start with Brenda. And you can tell me, Brenda, what inspired you to pursue a career in music and jazz in particular?
Well, my family actually got me started in music. I came from a very musical family, and from Trenton, New Jersey. We were always singing. My father had us, and my mother had us singing. My mother was she used to sing on the radio, and my father was a quartet singer, and so that they had us singing all the time around the house. And we used to travel as a family. We were called the Flowerettes, and we had
Oh,
a
okay.
Wow.
family group that my mother made us robes, and we traveled from different churches singing, gospel. So
Yeah.
that started it
Yeah.
for
So why trombone?
me.
Because you play and sing.
Well, trombone, I wanted to be in the music as far as playing an instrument. Um,
Hmm.
I wanted to play flute. So when I wanted to join the band, or I went to join the band, they didn't have any more flutes. So I had a choice between trombone, I think it was baritone or something like that. So I thought, well, the trombone was a lot lighter, a lot smaller. So my band director needed a trombone player, so I said, well, I'll do it. So I
Wow.
and I did, and I stuck with it. So I
You
thought,
did.
well, that's. But I
Very
still
much.
love, I still like the flute. I still really
Yeah.
love it. But so
Yeah.
that's what started. Pretty
Okay.
much.
What about you, Sandra? Now you went
Well,
from opera to jazz. Like, what is
well,
this story? What's the journey?
actually, I started in church. My
Okay.
father, he was the co-founder of Canaan Missionary Baptist Church, and being the chairman, he was right next to the minister. We were in church all the time, all the time. And I said, I'm never going to church again. There was a rule in our household that we had to go to church until we were 18. After 18, we could do what we wanted to do. So I said, well, after 18, I'm never, ever going to church. But I used to sing in the Buds of Promise. And my father, he wrote a lot of the productions because the church at that time the budget was minimal. And so we acted in his plays. And he also wrote songs. He sent them to Memphis, Tennessee, and someone sang the songs. But I started in the Buds of Promise. Now let us sing, sing to the power of the Lord. The little white robes. But I tell you, when I heard Ella Fitzgerald sing, as I matured, and we as vocalists, sometimes we kind of skip a word, miss a word, make up a word. And when I heard her scatting, and
Hmm.
scatting just came natural for me, and
Mm.
I just loved it. And then when I miss a word, I just scat it out, just like Ella, make up words, just like Ella on Tisket to Tasket. So that's kind of how I got started. People would pay me to sing at their weddings, and I was like, wow, you get paid. And it just grew from there. I moved to Houston and traveled overseas, and it just took off. And I enjoyed it. The reciprocity that you receive on stage is just phenomenal. So
Hmm.
I'm hooked.
Yes. So your singing opera, how did you get into opera? Is something that is takes a lot of training in my mind. Takes a lot of training, and you've actually sang in productions. And so
Yeah.
how did that come about?
Well, I was starting a group with, I can't even remember these women, but we were trying to start a group, and it really
Hmm.
wasn't happening. And she said, well, why don't we go down and try out for opera? Well, I was the only one that made it, and I had to
Oh,
try.
wow.
And so I sang in the opera chorus, um, 4 arias straight. And how did I do it? I just went to rehearsal every day, and it was just a gift of God.
Hmm.
It's really just an anointing over my life to do what I do.
Okay, just natural.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So, what are some of your influences, the biggest musical influences that you've had in your career? We'll start with Brenda.
Well, the biggest musical influences that I've had were my parents, um, and my uncles. They all, like I said, they were performing. Also, my music teacher was one who really, his name was Tommy Rice, and he lived in Philadelphia, where he ended up. But he was a big influencer. Now he taught me a lot, and he inspired me actually to go into jazz. Um, so, and there were a lot of influences. Later on, I developed a real love for Sarah Vaughan, uh, Ella Fitzgerald, Dee Bridgewater. Those are some people that I really like to listen to all the time. And the scatting. And I want to say too, I always sung. I sung a little opera too, not like
Did you?
yeah, a little bit. And
Mhm.
in college, we did an opera, Treemonisha, and it was interesting. I'm not one for opera, but as far as me singing it, no. But it was very interesting. I thought it was so rewarding, and it was something different than
Mhm.
playing jazz. But that goes back. My main influences, like I said, were also my brother, who was a piano player, and my sisters. We all, like I said, we all sang, but mainly my parents, and they were the main influence. But
Okay.
and we, like Sandra, I went to church all the time, so we were in the church 24/7.
Yeah, we
Whatever.
all started in church, right?
Yep.
Yep,
All started in church. That's
I,
just our story. Yeah.
that's it. That's our story, and I was there, revivals, all that.
Mhm.
Remember,
Mhm.
so, but that like I say again, my main influences were my parents mostly, and then later on, my husband was also. I'd say he influenced me a lot. So those were some of the people that influenced me. I want to say my band director in college. Um,
Mm.
I sang at his wedding. He married Nancy Wilson's cousin, and I sang at the wedding. So
Oh,
he
okay.
also encouraged me and influenced me to sing and play. So
Okay. Okay. What about you, Sandra?
Yeah, let's see. My biggest influence was my father and my mom. My mother was a great vocalist. She sang in the choir. And my dad, he used to play the saxophone. And he had a group here in Dayton prior to getting the position as the chairman of the Deacons Board. But he played jazz. And he used to open up for a lot of musicians that would come to town. I think it was at the Palace and also the Classic downtown. But my father, he made us listen to Nat King Cole and Mahalia Jackson. And at that time, we weren't trying to listen to Mahalia Jackson and Nat King Cole, lazy, crazy,
Mhm.
you're on such. We were like, who is this guy? And
Right.
this woman. Well, of course, needless to say, later on, as I was better educated, these were legends that are still influential today. And
Yes.
so it was my father, and then others. I was a big fan of Natalie Cole. I was a groupie for the Jackson Five.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Weren't we all?
100%. And then, of course, Nancy Wilson. She's really my tops. I love her style. I just love Nancy. Nancy
Mhm.
Wilson. So yeah, those are just a few.
Okay. Any advice you might give people who are aspiring to be singers, vocalists, jazz vocalists?
Yeah, to just learn as much as you can about the industry because it is tough, especially these days. It's very different than when I was starting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it wasn't. Just learn a lot about the industry so you can protect yourself, and so that you can take ownership of your own
Mm-hmm.
products, and just be true to yourself. Because that's what will show on the stage when you're true to yourself. When you're trying to be someone else,
Mm-hmm.
that shows, and if people cannot appreciate that, and it stifles your outcome. So
Right.
yeah, I would just say just be yourself, learn all that you can about the industry, learn the music, so that you can become authentic. Listen to other vocalists, just like you said that we listen to each other. We develop your own style, because that will come. But above all, Kelly, I'd like to recommend that every vocalist, every young person, get in tune with the Word of God. That's really that's your safe haven. This industry can get tough, and you have to have confidence in yourself, and don't compare you to anyone else.
Right.
Because your gift is your gift. I don't compare myself to anyone else. I like to get out and do my thing. But I know my limits. I know what I'm best at. And so like I share with the gospel factor,
Yeah. So what is one, before I let you go, what is one of your most like notable performances, that performance where you were just like, I did that, and that was wonderful?
I think when I was in Houston, Texas, I was presented an opportunity to be the headliner for the Juneteenth festival. Okay. Now, at the time, we weren't celebrating Juneteenth here in Ohio. And I was like, what is Juneteenth? What is that?
Right.
Said that that's when the slaves in Galveston were notified that all other slaves were free, and they got the news a year later. Can you imagine? A year later.
I know. I can't imagine.
Okay. So they really celebrated Juneteenth festival. So I was amazed, because it was, I think, maybe 10 to 15,000 people at Herman Park. Yeah. And I'll just never forget, I had on this white outfit, and at the time my son was not with me. He was still here in Dayton, as I was still trying to get settled. And I was just so amazed, and I did a good job. And people were coming up and wanting my autograph, and well, who are you? And that really impressed me. And I just became hooked. So that was impressive. I had never sang to that many people before.
Now, do you prefer an intimate setting, or a bigger, like festivals or small clubs?
Yeah, I prefer larger.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I performed at the Schuster, that I love that. It's, you have more people to please, and if someone is sitting there,
Do you get the same energy?
Oh yeah, I get the same energy. I remember I went into a nursing home. My best friend's mom was in a nursing home, and they asked if I would come. And yes, I dressed up, I put on the sparkles, and I went in there as if I were singing to 10 to 15, 30,000 people. And it just made their day. But yeah, I give the same energy when I'm singing to kids, especially to kids, because that's something memorable. They'll remember that for the rest of their lives. And I want to do good. Be my best.
Yeah. So looking forward, what do you hope to achieve next? What's the next big musical thing in your journey?
Well, just immediately, I'm looking forward to my second production at the Roger Glass, the new Roger Glass Performing Arts Center here in Dayton, Ohio. That's December the 13th from 7 to 9. So I'm looking to do that. And then also I would like to, I love comedy. I would love to just do.
Really?
I'd love to just do like stand up. Yeah. My son is really hilarious. I mean, he's hilarious. He's funny where you fall on the floor because you have to catch your breath. He will not open up for me because he said he has to get the show written, which I understand. But I would love to just do stand up.
Oh, wow. Now that is not something I would have ever thought.
Yeah, I love to stand up and acting. I enjoy acting.
Yeah, because you've done some acting, so you would do. Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to go to New York and so that, and again, ultimately get a CD. You know,
Yeah.
a
Okay.
couple of CDs out. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I am looking forward. I'm sorry we lost Brenda. I guess her, I'm not sure
Well,
what happened. It looks like she's still on, but she's not
well,
disconnected totally.
well, that's okay because people can see Brenda
They
at,
can see the name. Yeah.
well, no, they can see her at the Hidden Gym.
That's right. They can see her at the Hidden Gym on the 28th of this month. It's a Sunday evening, perfect for live jazz. And we will be singing the songs of Ella, Sarah, and Billy. And it is going to be a blast. We are kicking off the jazz series that will be happening in October. We'll have jazz every Sunday at Holy Grounds. So I'm looking forward to that too. The first Sunday we have Mike Wade. First Sunday will be the Kelli and Friends. So you're welcome to come back out to sing for Kelli and Friends. That's our jazz jam that we have every first Sunday. And the second Sunday we have Mike Wade from Cincinnati. And the third Sunday we have C. Scott Jones and the Freedom Ensemble. And the last Sunday we have Keigo Hirakawa Trio. So it's going to be a blast. And we need jazz every Sunday
We need it.
in Dayton, Ohio.
We need it. We need it. Yeah, we need it.
So how can people get in touch with you, Sandra?
Well, you can check out my website, Sandra Rutledge, at website.com.
Okay, at website.com. Okay.
Website.com.
Website. Okay. And I know you're on social media, and Brenda's on social media as well, but for sure come out to Ladies Sing Jazz on the 28th of September at 7:00. It's going to be a great time.
Yes.
You can go, yes, it will be. And you can go to my website, kellisings.com. It's KELLI sings.com, and get more information about that and about the jazz series. And once again, I want to thank you both. Brenda, if you can hear me. But Sandra, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really appreciate it.
I love you, Kelli, and thank you for all that you do for the community and just for motivating us jazz artists. I love you and I appreciate you till eternity.
Okay. Well, until next time, I'm going to start my interviews back up. You have inspired me, so we're going to have to do this again. So we'll see you next time on Jazz Voices.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.